Hi, it's Hazel. Welcome back to my channel. This is another episode in my haul video series. Again, purchases that I've sort of sorted into categories. Purchases that we made during our New Year's trip to the U.S. to visit family. So, as you can probably tell, this part of the video is about fabric and textiles. Not a huge pile of anything by any stretch of the imagination, but still, I'm happy. Now, I bought this at an antique mall. It's a collar, as you can see. I'm not sure why I did, to be honest. It's $3. I will never use it as a collar for sure. And I don't know that cutting it up makes it any more special than cutting up an old doily that maybe was crocheted by someone I know. So not sure about that, but I guess it was one of those things. Saw it, decided, well, a lot of other people have collars, so like, why shouldn't I too? Poor reason to buy something, by the way. Anyway, I'll lay that there. Now, this was a grab bag for $1 that included a bunch of, whoops, I should get this out of the way so you can actually see something. That included a bunch of yo-yos. Now, to be honest, until I started junk journaling, I didn't know what a yo-yo was. I have tried my hand at making them. You know, they're kind of fiddly, kind of time-consuming. You have to start with a much larger circle than you think to get a result that is kind of, not microscopic. So, again, I think these things have a play. Like, I can't imagine trying this with denim, to be honest. Pretty lumpy bumpy, if you ask me. And look how high it sits. But anyway, this is what I got for $1. There's a lovely ribbon rose. And these 3 unopened packages, yo-yos. I guess this originally came from Hobby Lobby in different sizes. You can see they were a hot seller because they got reduced several times. And yeah, so that was included in this bag for $1. So we'll put that over there. Now, I would love to have a vintage lace score. This isn't it. I did pay $1 for this little bag. Now, there are some very cute things in here. You can see that that's narrow. It's pretty. I mean, it's a pattern we've all seen before, but it's on a much smaller scale. This is not bad. And again, I'd probably use a seam ripper to get that bound edge, the edge that they put on there to bind it together, just to get it off and have a flatter product to work with. This is cute. Again, none of these pieces, let's just see. None of these pieces are very long. So this is maybe 18 inches or so. What else? This one is cute. Oh, it came from something around it. It's the corner of something. Cute. Cute. Very cute. Look how tiny and delicate that is. Mind you, it's kind of very creased, so you can't see it lie down. But my goodness, this, at the widest point is 1/4 of an inch. So really delicate, really cute. This I paid 25 cents for. Not vintage, but certainly worth $1/4. These were little, I don't know what these pouches are intended for, but somebody obviously took some quilted fabric and sewed. I just picked a couple of them. Can't remember the price. 2 inches wide by 6 3/4. Cute patterns. I mean, even if I just use them myself to hold pens or pencils, when I'm traveling or whatever, that would be certainly worth it. Now, the fabric itself, I've piled this, this all came in a bag for $1.50. And each piece was, bound up tight, so I was buying a cat in a bag. I didn't know what I was getting. So clearly, this fishy one is not my favorite. And I did arrange them in order from least favorite to most favorite. Now, again, because of the vibrant colors, I'm sure it could be, ripped and was sewn into ruffles or something. The fish would disappear and the variety of color would remain. Now, this Scrabble one, I'm a Scrabble fan, but this is not a particularly innovative or creative, what is this? I love purple, but again, this might end up just being ruffles or torn up for snippets or something. Not sure about this. This almost kind of seems like it has a military slant to it. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining that. The pieces are all fairly generous. Just unfold this a bit for you. So I think virtually everyone could do a journal cover or two. This is pretty generic. It's stars on a navy background. Again, a pretty big chunk. I love this one because it's so graphic looking. It's got sort of a plummy aubergine background and creamy ivory, images, I guess, branches, leaves, and birds. So, no brainer on this one. Now, it's only about just under 14 inches wide. So, but again, there's enough there to do something interesting with. And who knows if I ever go through my fabric and create some bundles of pieces that I'm ready to part with, let's say that, then that, smidge of that might get into. I like this, again, because there's an intricacy to this pattern and because of the variation of tones of blue, bluey green. So this is a winner as well. This one was kind of cool. Now, I didn't really know what it was until I opened it up. It seems to be 2 panels, LOVE. This is the other half of it. So again, intricate design, rich color, and there are there's 2 widths of this. So, clearly enough to make a couple of journal covers or more. This could become these letters could become toppers on something. But by far my favorite, and there are kind of 3 pieces. I'll show you the biggest one first. Love it, love it, love it. I didn't really measure 12, so that's about 18 inches this way. And 12, about 24 the other way. So, clearly there's enough there to do some journal covers. This just is part of the pattern. So this is cool with the flowers and the borders. And again, mini covers or fabric flips or you name it. Isn't this gorgeous even by itself? Look at that. Let's use our imagination here. Turn that in like so. Journal cover, mini journal cover. I can see it now. So that is it for sort of the textile part of this video. The next part is a bit of a hodgepodge. It's just, you know, odds and ends that I picked up here and there. We'll do the more boring stuff first. This was a pad of paper that I bought for $1. It's interesting in that it's two different bonus. It's two different sizes of grid. So 4 squares to 1 inch here. On the back side, it's 5 to 1 inch. So, you know, either way, like if this was tea-dyed, this would make some interesting background papers. I picked this bag. This bag was $2, and it's got, you know, some interesting stationery. Who doesn't love cream-colored or ivory-colored envelopes? I can see these pages. This is all, yeah, these all have the oranges. No, apples. I can see folding that into, you know, signature pages. This is plain. Again, what's not to love? That's the kind of stuff we live for. But this, is this not beautiful? It's supposed to have 10 pieces of paper and 10 envelopes in it. Like, I mean, the watercolor design, this scalloped embossed edge. Gorgeous. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is that? 5 envelopes. See the back? Lovely, lovely. And actual note paper, and I think I counted that there are 9 here. So about 4 of these. I don't know why I shouldn't be holding it up. You probably can't see. And then the other design is these pansies. So again, you know, what's stopping me from turning these into signature pages? Let me grab my ruler again. So roughly 6 1/4 by 4 1/2. Beautiful. And then certainly I can repurpose this folder because I just think it's gorgeous. Okay, that's that. That bag goes with that. The reason I'm doing all of, here's some of, okay. In one of the previous videos, you'll see that I was wondering where these other 2 charms went, but they got mixed into this batch, so that's good. I don't know where I lost my train of thought. Maybe it'll come back to me. This was in, I paid $1.50 for this. It is some sort of specialty, novelty, specialty paper. These are metallic ginkgo leaves, and you can see that somebody cut 2 chunks out of it. But again, there's plenty to do something with here. The, you know, there is a certain drama that comes with black background, copper and gold metallic, so I'm pretty happy about that. Let's bring this up here. Most of the fabric and the stationery were from a flea market. The paper, this, I think it's a tax receipt. $19.23 advance payment receipt for local improvement taxes. And this is where? Oh, City of Denver. I bought this for, I don't know, I can't remember. I think I paid $1 for this. So, you know, you wouldn't want to buy too many of those things, but it was unique and it's original, so that's good. 50 cents. it just kills me when some of these places put these damn, okay, this one's coming off, okay, these damn price tags on these things in very conspicuous places, not thinking about what it might be doing to the thing they're sticking it to. So this is a book about Elna. I think that yeah, sewing machine. So it's the little manual that would have come with the purchase. Oh, 1955. So not as old as I thought, but you know, again, lovely little pages that could be, you know, the book could be taken apart easily. Got a sewn signature, I believe. Come on. Oh, staples. Very easy to take apart and include these pages as signatures 4x6 in some journal, a homemaking journal, a sewing journal, you know, womanly arts kind of journal. So happy about that. Happy about that. Well, not so recently, a month or two ago, I bought a bunch of photos of strangers and paid $1 each. I think these were 25 cents each or something. I should have taken them all. What is that, 1960s probably? Who doesn't love looking at strangers on their most important day of their lives? Again, cool. Cool, cool. This book, oh yeah, I paid $1 for it. I don't know. I probably got caught up in the moment. I have books like this, so damn it, start using them. Okay, so that is that. At another thrift store, these are microfiches, and they're not that, well, it looks like they're from 1991. Okay, very exciting stuff. These are assessor documents, and for Boulder County, so boring. However, this is the sort of thing that a person would like to include in a journal. So she gave me a deal on this. I think they were supposed to be 10 for 99 cents, but clearly there's probably 3 times as much here that I got for $1. So again, that was fine. This little box, well, a tray, I guess, a slide tray for projectors. A tray for slides. Paid 10 cents for this. The box itself is kind of cute. And then I just randomly picked some slides. I think I got 10 or so of them. So again, I could have bought a lot more and the price was probably fine. However, I'm thinking to myself, you haven't used the ones you bought before, so what are you thinking? Get a grip, woman. This came from a flea market. A booth in a flea market. These were each $1. They are not mint, but again, I always feel that for our purposes as junk journalers, where we're going to, you know, fray edges and ink edges and bend and crinkle and whatever, should that be a problem? Is a bent corner the end of the world? No, it isn't. Can't make out the date on this one. I thought this was quite lovely with those violets, and I guess those are well, I don't know what they are. Again, no date. I thought there was a date. Look at that writing, 1911. Oh, Hazel. I hardly ever see Hazel. Here I am. 1911. 1910. Not a very wordy person here. So those were nice. Again, they all have a Christmas theme, so I guess that should go with my Christmas stuff. And this year, I better get on with it and do something Christmas. 50 cents, a little receipt book. It's not old, but it is cute. And I find it interesting that all of these numbers are embossed, or they're raised, like I can feel them. I don't know what the deal is with that, but 2014. My goodness, that's old. Okay, I don't know if you've ever, well, you maybe have seen these in the store. They're called Wallies. They're wallpaper cutouts. Now, over the years, I've found several of these, different subject matter, and I was pretty tickled to find this one. And it wasn't sealed, so of course I opened it up to see how many pieces I was getting because it was going to cost me $1.99. So, I mean, lovely. Now these ones with the, the fairy and the baby fairy are fairly handy ruler. At the widest point are about 6 1/4 inches from the tip of the pedal to the tip of the toe, 5 1/2 inches. So these are fairly big. But these blossoms, look at them. Aren't they pretty? Pretty to use as embellishments. I mean, the color is great. There's, I guess, a couple different sizes. Well, maybe 3 different sizes. So I was pretty happy with that. So that, if you haven't already, considered this, it might be something to keep your eye peeled for. Because, I have one in hydrangea, like blue, purpley blue hydrangeas. Can't remember the other subject matter, but again, the artwork is great. And then finally for today, I saw this, didn't know what it was. So these are paper swatches, and I don't think it's particularly old. I mean, it looks like old packaging, but I think that was probably a design decision. But they're kind of cute. See, there's a phone number with area code and all those digits, so it can't be very old. But anyway, I guess salesmen would have used something like this to try to sell paper to, a customer of theirs. So this one is linen, French linen. So there are all these little swatches, different colors, different sizes, from small to big. That's that one. French rayon, a different feel, different look. Again, a bunch of papers there. French parch tone. So this looks more like parchment. So, in fact, I think on one of these, there's maybe the business that either was selling these things or was the buyer. This one is called Speckle Tone. Yeah, see, when they talk about post-consumer waste, you've got to know it's pretty recent. Some texture to this. Oh, here. Valley Papers, Des Moines stock. Now, this one is Butcher, newsprint, packing, and construction paper. I thought this was rather interesting. They're explaining what butcher paper, why it was originally intended to keep the pork chops from leaking all over your groceries. This highly polished galvanized paper has the authentic look and feel of the real McCoy. Then, so there are 2 or 3 samples there. Newsprint. Appreciated in 3 usable weights and 2 neutral colors. French newsprint is the first newsprint made specifically for use by designers. It's sturdy enough to stand up to the printing process, is laser printer compatible, and like its namesake, can be used to wrap dead fish and line bird cages. Use it whenever possible to give your designs a newsworthy quality. See, somebody had a sense of humor. Packing. So this is thick. This line actually consists of 3 distinctly different types of paper. Brown wrap is about as close as it gets to the color and texture for brown paper bag. Gray liner is what we call bogus paper. The carton is, well, like a carton. Thicker than heck and full of newspaper shreds big enough to read. Without a doubt, it's the most heavy-duty of our heavy-duty new papers. And finally, construction paper. And with that, I will call this video done. See you next time. Oh, I should show you this as well. Please consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing. Thanks for spending some time with me today, and we will see you again soon. Thanks. Bye.